viral on YouTube, so it is really, really hard for artists, especially making money as well. So I really feel like there needs to be a shift, but there also has been a shift from the old culture and kind of trying to build the blocks forward. But as long as we have community and as long as people care, there's going to be a society for it, and I think that's really important.
Thanks, so thank you, Alex. That's so important. So, Majestic, we've had conversations about this many times, and I know I'm going to get a straight up answer from you. So you've played in packed rooms post-pandemic, but are we really back? And have you noticed people struggling to properly let go, engage, and just be part of that free spirit, freedom to dance?
100%. It's like a post-COVID apocalypse. Connection is just lost with everyone right now, and we're in a very strange place. But as you said, what Honey mentioned, Honey Dijon, that dance floors do one thing that no government can do, which is unite everyone. And one thing that I've noticed, specifically since the post-pandemic, and ever since algorithms have started ruling our lives, is this separation between cultures. Now, I come from being part of the UK garage scene, before that jungle music as well. In that was a working class melting pot of all different people, backgrounds, cultures, races, religions, and we were together. And I think that is the one thing that I've noticed, that the spaces are becoming so separated. And that is the one thing, it doesn't matter where you're from, your background. In the dance is where people come together and became friends. And like you might have never met someone from somewhere else before, but that is what we all shared in common. So everyone that I've grown up with is melting pot, and that's what London's about, the diversity of London and the UK. Stems from the dance halls and the dance floors. And that is why there's been an attack on it for years and years and years, because it is a risk to everything the government wants to do, which is divide and conquer. People might say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I've seen an attack on it. That's the reality of it. And the thing is, we have to stay together as a unit, because this is where magical moments are made. Look, even me and Tinie go back over 15 years of being on dance, exactly, on dance floors together, seeing even to the youths, to the kids, you know, the under 18 raves. It's so important to our culture. One of the best things we have in this country to export to the rest of the world that no one can buy and they're jealous of is our culture. And it is a particular British culture that's made up from all different people from around the world, and that's what's unique to Britain.
Wow, what a performance. Thank you so much.
Yeah, one more time, let's go. Make some noise for Tinie Tempah. Never forget that catalogue. Strong. Good piece.
I always sit here and every time I do a track, I'm like, yeah, I did that one as well. So listen, so proud to be standing on a stage with you. Listen, look, this campaign resonated with you so much. I got a call out of the blue from your team, Arnon, and the team have done a phenomenal job getting us here. As I said earlier, 7 days. Through your personal experience, can you give us a bit of a view on your journey and why this is so important?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, like Majestic said, I've been on the scene for over like 15 years. I think it's like 20 years for me. So I put out Wi-Fi Rhythm when I was 16, I'm 36 now. And like, I remember the early stages before getting to like the O2 or doing any major festival slot. It was all the little venues around the UK that like was basically our economy. Like even if you were getting like £50 a show, it was feeding artists, it was helping promoters, it was helping security guards, it was helping people that were working behind the bar. And I feel like I gained so much from that experience as well, like loads of different things like character building, for example. Like we've all been in a scenario where you've gone to a venue and there's like 10 people. Do you get what I mean? Like I've been in so many situations like that if I didn't go through that to get to where I am now, I don't even think I'd be the same artist. And why I worry is because even just watching from the sidelines over the last couple of years, on my hiatus, as they like to call it, I've been seeing like incredible artists like release music, promo it on social media. They've got all the numbers, all the statistics. It looks like it's going to be the biggest thing in the world, but because of that lack of initial experience, the foundation, as I like to call it, the character building, it just ends up, not all of it, but a lot of it ends up being like a flash in the pan or very short-lived. So for me, I just feel like preserving all of those little venues. And also, like, you want to be able to go somewhere that's local to you. You don't always want to have to get in a car or get on a train and travel to like a major city. So I feel like it's really important to protect those venues for that reason as well.
To pick up on what Tinie just said as well, those venues, even like XOYO, which has always had incredible nights during the week. You know, we used to cut our teeth in here and play tunes on a Tuesday night. Sometimes, like you said, you have 10 people, sometimes it's 1,000. Yeah. And that is where we're finding now, people are blowing up via socials, etc., and especially the way that the industry's working, the way they're signing, people have got traction and heat. But to learn your craft in these grassroots venues is so important. I mean, Tinie, just like you said, the way he had Wifey Rhythm, he was smashing it on Channel U. When he made Pass Out, never forget it, the moment changed, because I remember I sat in the studio with Skepta's just shaking his head going, this guy's just changed the game. And he's talking about Tinie, couldn't believe, I was listening to this tune, Pass Out, and we booked him to do Under the Radar. There's a few crew out here who used to go to Under the Radar. I see Jeffrey out there, who's one of the crew that used to be a rep for Under the Radar. It was a 16 to 19-year-old party. And we booked Tinie to play Manchester, Birmingham, London. We went around the country when Pass Out first blew up, and in those venues, especially to the young kids as well, it was such a part of the journey and the adventure. And it's like, those times there, Tinie's played all around the world in the biggest stadiums and stuff. Those grassroots moments, man, we never forget. They were so important.
Thank you. No, but absolutely bang on. I mean, look, one of the questions, I'm going to give this to all of you. If we want to bring back club culture, how do we teach the next generation in terms of re-educating that new generation of clubbers, culture versus content, that community, creativity, safe spaces, interconnect? How do we get back? Where do we start?
I'll take this one. I'm going to be honest, I've been in this whole live music scene for a long time. I'm a promoter, I've worked at corporate companies, I've worked at grassroots companies, and at the crux of it all is community. We have to do things with each other. We have to collaborate with people, really have to care about the nightclubs that we're performing in, the venues that we're performing in, making things accessible, also opening doors for people who are coming up next. The next generation are really, really important. Like, we've all had our time and no one's been silver spoon fed, but it's really important to, if you have opportunities, if you have resource, to give it to the next person, because that's how we grab our culture back. There's a lot of people who are vultures in this, our situation, and we can all identify those kind of people. But there's just so many people who care, and there's so many communities. Collaborate with those people, do things with those people. Shout out your friends, like, don't just watch their stories and, watch their socials and not repost it, like it, share it, talk to people, do things. It's really important.
Yeah, for me personally, I would say showing them is one of the big things that we can do, because I love those memes that you see where they'll show you Ibiza like in the early 2000s or 2010, and then they'll fast forward it to now. And back then everybody's raving, having a good time, there's no phones in the air. And then they fast forward it to now, and then everyone's just standing there like, with their phones. So I think the best way is to actually just show people, if you can show them, then that goes a long way. And then I think it's quite simple, like there's venues out there's still nighttime venues, it's just that we're losing them. So all people can do, very simply, is just go out, continue to enjoy yourself. And then I think we just need to remove the stigma away from it, because I feel like personally, after the pandemic, there was a negative connotation attached to going out. It almost felt like it was an unsafe place to be, a place where, you kind of lose your inhibitions to the point where you're staggering on the street and you're just a nuisance to society. But you don't necessarily need to drink to go out. You don't need to do drugs to go out. You just need to go out. Do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Like you said, people have to see things to believe, and that's why, I've always listened to people, and especially growing up the way I did, coming through the underground music scene in London and just seeing so many different people. And sometimes you have to listen to other people's story to understand it. Especially as a white man, I can stand in my space strongly and say, when someone says to me why it's important to see a black face on TV, is because if I see it, I believe it. So I can understand that. And it's the same for culture in clubs and stuff. If they can see something that's good, they can be a part of it. The other thing I've definitely noticed is social media, obviously. The harsh criticism that going out gets on social media, that's dead, this is shit. Everything, if you read TikTok comments, everything in the world is shit. So it's just literally like you can do anything. We drink shit, but this is shit, this is dead. No, go out, experience it yourself. Come off to the screens and just live in reality. Because see this right now, the connection is beautiful. And again, as I said, I mentioned me and Tinie's relationship over the years. Our community, we built from bumping into each other, into clubs, and all of a sudden you're in Ibiza together, then you're in Mallorca together, then he's selling out shows at Ushuaia and he books you to play with him. And it is a community-based thing. And our community looks like this, everyone. And everyone is included, everyone is involved and welcomed. And that's all we need to do. And just remember that. Well, go and look at some old footage of jungle raves, garage raves, house raves. It's full of all of us. I hate when people turn around to me, again, I can say this as a white man. Talk to young black kids, I don't listen to unz music. It's your music, bruv. House music. House music. Exactly. But understand where it comes from, love it, and be part of it. And that is the one thing we have in this country. Don't be divided by all this nonsense that you see. The raves is where marriages were made, kids were born, families. I'm telling you, it is incredible. Be part of the culture, man.
And just to back that up, we own nightlife. We own the night. We own dance floors. It's got fuck all to do with government. We decide what happens with culture, with social engagement, with all of these clubs that we have lost. We can rebuild. And that is about us forming a community again and supporting each other. The old rave culture days when they used to go out, someone fell over, you were picked up, you were looked after by each other. Let's reinstate that. Let's get back to that personal touch, looking after each other, not actually forgetting that humanity element of going out, what that community piece in clubs and raves was really about. Whether you're in a field or in a forest or you're in a club or wherever you are, just keep that in mind as we move forward. Vitally important. So look, I'm going to cut to Tinie and Alex again here. So you're both deeply connected with Gen Z. What's one thing you wish that you could convey to young people that they understood about the magic of the night, the rave, the shared experience beyond the content and the crowd?
So I would personally say, I don't know about you, Alex, but I would personally say, and echo what Majestic was saying, just how many different people put together. Like, in my day-to-day life, I see more segregation than ever before. Like, I see white people hanging out with white people, black people hanging out with black people. I don't know if it's because of the algorithms or whatever, but
Definitely the algorithms.
But when I was coming up, that was very much not the case. So I would say that's one thing that I would definitely promote and advocate for, just the unity and the community around it. Being able to be around people that are similar to you, but very, very different at the same time in a healthy, safe environment.
To be honest, I echo the same thing. I feel like there has to be love at the epicenter of everything that you do, especially because love is so intricate and love kind of like feeds into the music and the love and the community that we do have. I'd say if I was to pass on one thing to young people coming up today or the next generation, because I'm still young, work together, do things together, and also don't be afraid to ask questions. Everyone's scared of like looking a certain way or appearances, or keeping up appearances, I should say. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to get yourself stuck in and, actually chat to people who are in the buildings. Speak to people who are going to the nightclub. Speak to venue owners, reps, promoters, agents, everybody, people who are real life in the dance, like you said. Like, we have to be in the dance, and it's really important. I feel like I need to write that down in my journal because it's so important to be in the dance. That's where love is at, and that's definitely one thing that I would pass on from myself to you guys.
Thank you, Alex. One final thought before we close off, and thank you everyone for staying and listening to such an important conversation. Final thought, where would you spend your last night out?
I mean, for me, it would definitely be like somewhere in Ibiza. It's got to be. For me, I haven't been to this new club. There's a new club that just opened. I'm kind of half promoting it for them, but Universe. I know you've been seeing everything about it.
I remember going, it was Privilege when you were smashing it.
Yeah, so where Privilege used to be, and it just looks ridiculous. I've been seeing it on social media, granted, but it just looks mental. So I reckon my last night out would definitely be somewhere in Ibiza.
Okay, I'm West African, I'm from Ghana. My last night out will be on a strip in Ghana. It's so lit, so beautiful. 30th December, I'm telling you guys, if you have the privilege of being able to go over to Ghana or Nigeria, definitely do it. That's my last night out.
Well, football aside, if I were going to a Spurs game with Forbes over there, because it's good as well. No, I'm going to Ibiza as well, but I'm gonna go to Pikes, and I'm gonna play in Freddie's room for one last time, because when you're in that room, it is magical. And when you play tunes, it was like you said, those days where tunes get roars, like if someone had scored a goal. And that energy, and that's the other thing as well, is like drop culture. Let's go back to taking people on journeys. Let's pay attention when we're in the dances and stop worrying about, oh, we've got a moment. No one ever watches the fucking footage back anyway. No one ever does. My best memories up here, and half of them I can't talk about because I will get cancelled because I can't do the same stuff these days.
So, thank you everyone on the panel. I just want to leave you with one thought. We can use music as a vehicle to unite communities, bring people together, and celebrate the amazing culture the UK is globally renowned for. Please give it up for the amazing Tinie Tempah, Majestic, amazing analysts, not forgetting the amazing teams that have put this together, the staff, the security, the tech, XOYO for hosting us so well, the NTIA team and all the effort they put to get here, and more importantly the South by Southwest London crew. All I can say to everyone here is get the fuck involved. Look us up, watch this space for announcements coming soon. But remember, today is the day that we start to take back our dance floors. Thank you.
Make some noise for Michael Kill!